ClarkWoods.com. This is Horribly Off Topic, episode number 223. I'm Chris.
And I'm Steve. When did you start that?
Just now, after you said don't look at the dog's butthole.
Okay, I was just making sure. We don't actually have a dog, nor does he have a butthole. I mean,
I have a butthole.
No, but
you're
the non-existent dog does. Well, I mean, I guess in our imaginations, the dog that doesn't exist could have a butthole.
Right, but why would you be imagining the butthole?
Because why wouldn't you?
I mean, that's a fair point. I should say before we go any further that I believe I have accidentally gotten us at least one new listener.
Netflix. We should be on Netflix.
We should. I believe I have accidentally gotten us at least one new listener this week, and I need to explain why. And hello, new listener, if you are out there.
I occasionally tell somebody about it, and like they will say, "Yeah, I'll check it out," and very often probably don't.
Yeah, I don't know, but so here's what happened. I launched a new thing this week on my website, the Learn to Write section, so people can come by.
But I ain't got wings.
Yes, I'm going to deliver every lesson in the voice of Tom Petty. I haven't done the audio yet or the video, but that's the idea.
Okay.
No. So
I'm sure that'll get fucking old real quick.
Oh, it's gonna be so. No, there's a lot of Tom Petty fans out there. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but like every week you get this lesson. All right, everybody.
Into the great. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's more like Bob Dylan as opposed to.
Well, I mean, all those guys sang together in the Traveling Wilburys.
Yes.
Yeah. Which one was Petty? Was which Wilbury? Didn't they all have names?
He was Tom Petty.
He was Tom Petty Wilbury.
What?
Whoa, Wilbur. No. No.
When Becky and I went on our honeymoon, we were the Traveling Woodburys.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
No, but I think of the...
Sorry, I put the wrong emphasis.
On the wrong syllable?
We were the Traveling Woodburys.
Oh, I see. No, I believe that each of the Traveling Wilburys had a name, a Wilbury name, right? So like Bob Dylan, yes, he's Bob Dylan, but when he's in the Traveling Wilburys, he's like Chuck Wilbury or something.
I don't know if that was a thing.
No, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was.
I mean, I don't think that's a thing that's worth looking up. But
I mean, maybe one of our listeners would like to look it up.
Yeah, and then they can send us an email at hot@clarkwoods.com, or hot@clarkwoods.com is the email address.
I think you put the wrong emphasis.
HOT@clarkwoods.com.
Yes, hot@clarkwoods.com.
Why?
No, so I launched this new thing. It's about learning to write, and so I'm putting all of my professorial skills to work. For absolutely nothing. I'm not getting paid, which friends have complained about. Why
have friends complained about you not getting paid for a thing?
They think maybe I undervalue myself.
Okay. What did said friends say?
They were like, you should charge money for people.
You could do like this is like crack cocaine. Like the first one's free.
Yes,
and then you could charge if people want more. Taste.
The general idea is that people come to the website, they get a free lesson. If they would like me to critique their work, they have to join my Patreon.
Ah, see, there you go.
But people thought I was not charging enough on the Patreon, and so that's still an open discussion.
What if people don't write but want to help out the Patreon?
They can still do that.
Yeah, but like when the reward is a critique of your writing and you don't write.
Well, they also get copies of the book, and when I put out a book each year, and they get free access to.
I'm trying to get you to plug the shit.
Thank
Chris.
you, man. I'm not very good at this, but something else that I'm not apparently not that great at is. So I added to the navigation bar on the website a Learn to Write link, and so the Learn to Write link came at the.
Is this a driving school? Like.
Wait, no, what?
That was me putting on the directional.
Oh yes, it's you're putting on the Learn to Write.
Yes,
on red, and.
Well, you can take a write on red unless the sign
said otherwise.
Don't do that.
Yeah. No, but I Learn to Write, WRITE.
Not learn to write.
Not learn to write. Yeah, no. I would hope that.
Or learn to be a complete asshole.
Yeah, well, that's my next course.
Okay.
No, so Learn to Write is up there, but I put Learn to Write just before Listen to the Podcast, and so if people have viewed clarkwoods.com, they will see that there are small spaces between each phrase or each link. And so it says learn to write, and then it says listen to the podcast. And so I think that the listener I accidentally got us this week was interested in learning to write, and then also clicked onto listen to the podcast. And so subscribe to the podcast, and maybe expecting that I will say something intelligent or even intelligible about writing
Instead
here.
of just to have like an hour-long podcast about me yelling at you to get a belt.
Yes, they might. You know, did you spend the entire episode last
I
week?
think it was in little chunks, but
Yeah,
I think
it was-
I think by the end I had it, and I just was like, you better fucking buy a belt. And now, so we're not waiting the whole week
to find out.
or the whole episode, so people found out.
Yeah.
Did you, after you left after you left my
After
home,
I left the hot recording studio
Yeah.
here in the Woodbury household?
yes, did you buy a belt?
Well, Steve.
Let me just stall for another 45 minutes.
No, Steve, I'm not going to stall. I'm not going to stall at all. I did, in fact, buy a belt at the Kmart down the street from your humble abode. And it took me a little while to find one that was not one of those tiny little thin belts that's meant for tiny little thin guys, which is not who I am.
No, I think those kind of belts are meant for like dress pants.
Oh, okay. Well, I wanted a belt that would work for both dress pants
For like, because
and
a hardy
and
working man like yourself.
hardy working man like myself. And so it took a while to find one that fit and one that was in the style that I wanted, but I did eventually find one. And guess what, Steve? It's a transformer belt. Yes, exactly like that. That's the sound that I make when I transform it, although they haven't transformed it much.
Does it have like Optimus Prime on the buckle or something like that?
It does not, but it should.
Oh, okay.
It should have the Autobot symbol on one side and the Decepticon symbol on the other side.
So it's a reversible belt?
It's a reversible belt, so it has both a black side and a brown side. That's I didn't mean
I didn't mean it like that.
I didn't mean it like that. No, so it has it's a
It has two sides. Let's just say it's two sides.
and the buckle reverses.
Okay.
So if you want to wear it with, let's say, blue jeans and maybe a pair of like hiking boots or cowboy boots or whatever,
You would use the brown side.
you use the brown side. And if you're trying to dress it up, have some black shoes and look good for work, keep the black side on there.
Okay.
It's a good old does double duty belt.
I might be in the market for a belt sometime very soon anyways, because I am currently on the last
hole.
and I'm not the kind of person that will take one of those 3-hole punch or
No.
one of those 1-hole punch things and try to punch
Through the leather.
Yeah, because then like
Punch it, Chewy.
There's gonna be it's gonna be too long on the other end.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah. You get. I don't know. I mean,
I guess I could trim it down.
does anybody actually like wearing a belt though?
I mean, I don't mind wearing a belt.
I mean,
like, I think I used to dislike it more when I was larger,
Yeah.
because my belly would be leaking over my pants more than
Right.
it does now.
Yeah.
And when when my pants were, when before we started keto, I was on belt loop number 1,
Right.
and it was tight.
Yeah.
And so like,
And now you're on belt loop number
5.
5. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and now your belly's not leaking over.
the last of the belt loops.
That's the next Indiana Jones movie. No, what do you think about so when Han Solo wears the belt that he wears? I mean, I don't know. That doesn't look like it's that uncomfortable. It looks like.
Well, I mean, if you're a fit guy, I don't think a belt
Right.
is really is a
that's
problem. It's just basically helping you keep your pants up if
Right.
they are a little bit more loose.
But do you even really need a belt when you're that? You just need fucking pants that fit.
Yeah, but like there's going to be times in your
Mm.
life
Mm-hmm.
when you are fit where you are a little bit less fit or a little bit more fit. So in not having to buy pants every other day,
Mm.
you could just have a belt.
That's a good point. That's a good. I don't like to buy pants at all, so buying them every other day would be kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, so that's the perfect reason to have a belt.
Okay. All right. So I feel
And we will just call it case closed on belts.
Case closed on belts. I bought a belt. I'm wearing a belt. It's worked out so far, except for the parts where it chafes against my belly.
Yeah, well, all you have to do is just get rid of your belly.
Get rid of my belly. Yeah, I have thought about that.
Just do what your brother's doing. He started a little
workout.
He started a workout routine, and he's we got our little group text. You, me, him, and Rob.
We do. Yes, I was getting a lot of texts yesterday. A lot more texts than I usually do, which is okay.
Yeah, because we got a nice group text.
Yeah,
it's helping us keep in touch.
Yes.
Because John's doing his workout and he's telling us about it, and maybe it'll be a gym-spiration for you.
Gym-spiration. I could use some. I got up this morning and worked out. I got up yesterday morning and worked out, even though it's the weekend, because I had my writing to do. And I get up and work out. I have my breakfast and I write for a while. And so far so good. But
the next novel's like chugging along.
I mean, it's probably complete shit, but it's.
Well, that's why you.
That's a great way to sell it, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's why you have like somebody like before you publish, looks at it for you and says, "This is complete shit," or "This is all right."
Yeah.
If you changed this or maybe made a bigger emphasis on one of the themes of what you're talking about,
right,
it might turn out better. Then you make a rewrite, and then it turns out better than it was in its original.
And then
stage.
you put it out into the world, and you hope that the people read it.
Right.
Yeah. I mean that's part.
I mean, if it is complete shit, then you start from scratch.
It's not complete shit.
Good.
Come on, I'm not complete shit. I'm a good writer.
Good.
People should learn to write from me.
People
and
liked
subscribe
it.
to my Patreon.
Yeah, people liked it. Leo read the entire thing, and left it in another country for foreigners to read.
Yeah, I am now in countries across the good old globe.
Country across the world.
Well, there are people in other countries who have bought digital copies.
Oh, cool.
So I am in countries across the world.
But there's a physical copy.
There is a physical copy somewhere in the East.
Yes, the Far East.
The Far East,
as it's called nowadays.
Nowadays, as opposed to the bad things it was called once upon a.
What were those things?
No.
Chris?
I don't want to get into that. But I do want to say that my blog was celebrated its 20th anniversary this past week.
Wow, it's been 20 years? Like
20 years.
1999, huh?
Yeah. I was partying like it was 1999, except that when you party like it's 1999,
your senior year of Bradford College?
Yes, you occasionally say words that are not acceptable anymore. And so when I went to go like write a celebratory post on, I don't know if it was.
So you looked at your first blog and
I looked at my first thing and it used at least one word that I was like, I'm not going to link to that.
Can you give me an idea? Was it disparaging towards homosexuals, or was it disparaging towards women? Was it disparaging towards a minority?
Here's what I'll say. It was, and people could go find it, so I don't know why I'm being cagey. So I was describing, so this would have been in January of 1999,
right.
And so we were casting for my senior project, which was a play that I wrote and directed.
And I believe John and I, your brother John and I, went to come and see it.
Yes, and
because I think your friend John was in it.
He was,
so,
yes.
It's not like he could see it because he was a part of it.
He was a part of it.
He was a part of it. Mm-hmm. But continue.
So on this particular date, I was lamenting the fact that I'd sent out posters for advertising for casting, and that I only needed women because all the male roles had been filled. But it turned out that at least somebody had dropped out. I think this was the person that my friend John eventually ended up playing that role. But at the time, I didn't know what I was going to do.
So you could have just said, in your hetero gender normative thing, you could have said, this role is open to anyone.
Yeah, well, yes. And so I was describing a character who had formerly dressed in women's clothing. And I used a word that we used back then to describe a man that dresses in women's clothing that some people
was there like this in it.
What was there an X in it?
Well, like something that would start like it's a weapon that Simon Belmont gets. It's a cross.
No, I did not use that. I used the word
because that's
vestite. I used the word transvestite in the post
instead of
transsexual or what. I don't even think I knew what the word. And here's where the thing is. It's like, so if you read the post, it's dated January 20 whatever 1999, and so. Could I perhaps get a little bit of slack? Possibly. But I think were I to...
Yeah, I mean, but like, coming back to good old Patton,
Yes. Good old Patton, yes.
I'm not going to repeat the bit. Everybody fucking knows it. And if you don't, go watch his special two specials ago.
2 specials ago, yeah. No, so I... Yeah, so I didn't end up celebrating the 20th anniversary of the blog at all, even though
you could have redacted it.
I could, but there's a part of me that's like, why do I even keep it up there? But especially in the day and age where James Gunn can get fired for
something he said 10 years ago.
Things he said 10 years ago. And I wasn't even trying to say it in any disparaging way. I was talking about a character who I loved, who I'd worked on for a long time, who. In the parlance of the time was a transvestite. That's the word that we used. And yeah.
And I mean, it might not have been the correct word at the time, but there wasn't a hard media campaign or folks like that were saying this isn't a word that we like, or if they were saying it back then, we weren't hearing it.
Yeah. So
we, as in straight white guys,
right? Yeah, no, and so, and I mean,
especially not me. I was really dumb back.
I had seen the fucking within a year of writing that. Previous to that, I had seen Rocky Horror Picture Show for the very first time, and they used that word pretty freely.
But that was 20 years.
That was 20 years prior to that. Yeah, so like 40 years ago. Yeah. So anyway, I did not link to it, but I was very happy to have realized that I've been blogging for 20 years.
Well, congratulations, Chris.
Was I happy? That didn't sound very happy.
I'm so pleased.
Very old.
I'm so pleased for you.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
So what was your like? I remember going to see your play, but I do not remember. I remember I don't remember the play itself. I remember driving there with your brother because I think I was driving.
Yeah,
and I remember like going there in like little bits and pieces, but not like a plot or anything. So what that play? So that back 20 years ago.
Yeah. That play
was this launching?
No, this was my second play. I think I'd had a couple of short stories in the literary magazine.
I mean, I had a short story in a literary magazine, Chris. Don't toot your own horn.
Hey, our literary magazine was maybe a little bit more discerning than yours.
I was unanimous, or I think somehow like very close to unanimously voted to be in the magazine.
All right. But so no, this was not my debut, but let's see. So The People vs. Jesus Christ was part of the development of the 20-year or so development of my novel, Missing Mr. Wingfield. So parts of Wingfield kind of start in that play, but the play had gone from this really fantastical thing where Jesus, the original draft, Jesus was going to be crucified on live TV, and like there was this whole thing to eventually being about this guy who was just out of college and his roommate who was dying of cancer and his anger about God. And very little of that still survives in the novel to this day, but there was a bit.
Dude, a bit.
There was a bit where the main character runs outside with a baseball bat and strikes the baby Jesus out of a nativity scene, brings it back inside, and goes on a rant about how the Son of God has no dick. That
I think I do remember that.
That rant is the one fully surviving piece of that play that is still in the novel to this day.
Okay.
I also later performed that same rant as part of my play at the Players Ring in 2014, and people walked out in the middle of it.
Which one was that?
That was Temptress.
Okay, so that's probably why I remember.
Probably why you remember it,
because I had seen
saw it again.
I'd seen it this decade.
This decade, yes. What else was in that one 20 years ago? There was a gay Chinese food delivery boy. There was a
was he a boy or was he a man?
He was the one who had formerly dressed in women's clothes.
Okay. But not anymore, because you can't do that and deliver Chinese.
Well, there's nothing saying anything against that. I don't think that his employer was saying don't wear a dress while you're delivering the.
Also, don't give extra duck sauce.
Hold on.
Do not put that as the title.
Don't give extra duck sauce. Okay. That's not the title. It can't be the title.
It can't be the title.
Why can't it be the title?
I think it's a little racist.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I just thought it was funny.
It is funny, but that doesn't mean racial humor can't be funny.
Yeah,
it's just that maybe making it the title of the episode.
That's a good point. Maybe I'm just a garbage human being.
Why?
Underneath all that, I thought that was funny.
It is funny. I wouldn't have said it if I didn't think it would have been.
You didn't say it in a particularly with any racial overtones, so I just was like, oh, that's
it's racial in
context
it's
concept.
It has it. Yeah, it's racial in concept. So therefore, it's harder to make a joke like that as a white guy and not get in trouble.
Here's what I just want. And I'm not trying to. I guess I am defending myself, but that's not the point. Why I thought it was funny was that just the standard sort of you've got a limited supply of something, and you've got the boss who doesn't want to go out of business, and they're like, "Don't give any extra fucking duck sauce."
Right. I mean, there's
I didn't think about it in any sort of racial context. I was just like, his boss would be saying, "Don't give any extra duck sauce."
No, but it has. There's anything that has race attached to it.
Right.
Is some topic that you should tread more lightly.
Yeah.
Which is why I am.
Got it. So
because I don't want to get James Gunned before I'm even famous.
It's funny that's this week. I think some of his fellow Marvel directors came out with a sort of joking. They didn't come out of the closet. Okay. No.
Well, I mean that's good for them if they did.
They were all I think Scott Derrickson, and I think it might have started with oh my gosh, the guy who originally was doing Ant-Man and then was off of Ant-Man, Edgar Wright. Who was not a Marvel director, but he was supposed to be for a very long time. And they were just they were like, I'm thinking that a really good replacement director for this Guardians film would be this guy James Gunn. I think he'd really match the tone of the first two. And they kind of did that joking back and forth. And I noticed James Gunn has not, as far as I know, has not been present on social media since the day that all of that happened. Your
fucking livelihood gets blown up because some right-wing dickwad found something from 2009. Then you don't want to put fuel into the fire. Yeah. So he's probably staying on the down low and then hoping that by doing so he can get more work, not necessarily with Disney, but in general.
The rumor is that he might be taking on the second Suicide Squad film, which I think would be a shame because it would be a waste of his talents to go over there to distinguished
he should get what's his butt Lloyd. Him and Lloyd Kaufman should team up and make another fucking Toxic Avenger movie. Because that's just what the world needs right now.
Get him right back to his roots.
Right.
You know what a lot of the world says we don't need right now, Steve,
what's that?
Is another Super Bowl with the New England Patriots in it.
Yeah,
and yet
here we are. It is the annual Patriots in the Super Bowl.
We were just beforehand.
It was like we were talking, like with my wife,
Yeah.
in the hall while I was folding my undies.
Yes, because that's what we do before the show.
Well, no, I just had finished my laundry
You
before
were
you
folding
arrived.
your undies. I was not folding your undies.
Right. And so we were chatting, and we were like the first year of the podcast was the year the Patriots beat the Seattle Seahawks.
Yes.
And that was when I had my amazing prediction.
You're amazing. I still can't believe this. You can go back to that episode.
I think I wasted my amazing predictions because I don't have anything for today.
Yeah, you don't have anything for today. But that day, you were able to predict right on the podcast
and
how things were going to happen.
I don't know how I managed to do it.
I don't know either.
With my prediction that I sounded way more drunk when I made it than when I was about to make it.
Well, it's I don't know how any of that happened. No. But so when we started the show, the very first Super Bowl after we started the show was the Patriots, and then the next year,
which was funny because like Becky and I met a few days after that particular episode and that particular Super Bowl.
Right, and so we were discussing the next year they were not in it.
Yeah,
I think they lost in the AFC Championship
against Peyton Manning in the Broncos.
Yes. That son of a bitch. But then I think they've been in it every year since then.
Right.
Which is just, I'm going to my dentist this week, and my dentist, my dentist and his technician,
hygienist,
his hygienist, she and him they were talking about the Patriots the last time I was there, which was before the season started. And he was saying they are going to suck this year. They don't have any chance. And she was like, I don't know. I feel good. And so, I mean, one way or the other, it's going to be a very interesting cleaning on Wednesday.
Yeah, they're going to be arguing over your mouth.
Over my mouth.
Luckily, hopefully they'll have those little masks on so they won't be like angrily spitting into your open mouth.
Well, I have to pay extra for that.
Gross.
Ugh. Oh my God. Sidebar. Sidebar. I mean, I don't want to get us horribly off topic.
You could the only time you can do it like that nasty way you used to do it is if Leo is here.
I'll only do it once, and it will be a surprise.
Okay, good.
Yeah. No, so I don't want to get us horribly off topic, but I finally recently decided, and this has nothing to do at all with the fact that I canceled my pornography subscription. If you're just joining us, that was the whole thing. There are 2 or 3 episodes ago. I paid for a year because I felt bad, and I felt like it was the right thing to do to pay for my adult films. And then I decided I needed to cut back on the budget. So what I'm about to say has nothing to do with that.
You should just be an incel instead and just not jerk.
Not jerk.
Because those people are really,
I do
with it up there. I'd say. I feel pretty comfortable in saying that incels are fucking nuts.
I mean, I do have a wife, so so can you be an incel?
I don't think so. I think you can't bang either.
Oh,
I think you're saving all your splooge
for the Lord.
I don't know.
No, so
I didn't go into their manifesto quite deep enough to realize exactly what they were.
Exactly what they do. Yeah,
the incel manifesto.
Can we call the episode that?
Sure.
No, I don't want to.
Then we'll get fucking.
We will
just
get,
like the time we called the episode the original Alex Jones. We got fucking the wrong kind of people.
Yes. So anyway, so I have long had, and because of the novel that I'm working on right now, I've been doing a lot of research into female desire, particularly heterosexual female desire, because I've got a good track record of writing gay women, and I've got a good track record of writing straight men, but not so great a track record of writing women who like men. So I'm doing a lot of research, and I decided I was finally
doing research on women who like men.
Yes, and no. So
yes,
I was doing. I decided I was finally going to watch all the way through the 2-part film Nymphomaniac, which
the
is
one
on,
that was on
Netflix.
Yeah.
Yes. And that, I mean, I don't think anybody spits in anybody's mouth, but there's some really fucked up shit in that.
Hey, don't kink shame, Chris.
I'm not trying to kink shame. When I say fucked up shit, I just mean stuff that I was not expecting.
Okay, so it's just unfamiliar to you. It's something you may be uncomfortable with, and that's fine.
Yes.
But don't make other people feel bad
for
something they're consensually doing.
I was
with another
not trying to say that they should feel bad. I was saying it is fucked up is not necessarily bad. Fucked up is just, it's like, wow.
When I say something's fucked up, I think that's
Steve,
that's
different
bad.
People. We're different people. Anyway,
so
there's
every day when I look at the news, I think it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to disagree with you there.
Right.
No, so I did watch it, and it was very I don't know. It was. I know that we have a listener who likes that filmmaker's work, and so I don't want to disparage it because I think a lot of it was very interesting, but I was not satisfied by the climax. That's what she said.
Chris, were you wanking?
No,
you pay for Netflix, so you can not feel bad about jerking off to something on Netflix.
To palate cleanse, I went and finally got back to a show that I started a couple weeks ago. The show called Sex Education, which is on the Netflix, and I find that to be a very interesting hour-long series.
Wasn't there a song in Grease 2 called Sex Education?
There might have been.
Right.
I've never seen Grease 2.
Apparently, everybody thinks it's one of those like really good bad movies. And,
do they?
Well, not everybody, but like folks.
Folks do.
Folks out there like have lauded it as one of those movies that's so bad it's good.
So bad it's good. Like
the original Grease, and that's my opinion on fucking musicals. Actually, the tunes from the original Grease, like if one of them comes on the radio, I will not turn it off.
Okay, like all of them, or are they like there are
like the big ones?
Okay, yeah. I
mean, don't ask me to name which ones those are.
Which ones are those, Steve?
I don't know, Chris. The one that like the
you put the bop in the bop she bop. No, that's not it.
No, the like
that one.
Yeah, that's the big one, isn't it?
The big one where she's in the leather pants all of a sudden at the end, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Oh, Sandy.
So the Patriots in the Super Bowl. And we hope that my dentist and my oral hygienist are not going to be spitting into my mouth while they argue about how the game went.
See, I am so incredibly torn because like I am, I'll be a local sports guy.
Right.
Like, I was obviously rooting for the Red Sox, even though I didn't get to watch 1 minute of any sort of playoff game.
No, I neither did I.
Because like most of the time we were in Ireland for it. And when we got back, we were just like, oh yeah, the World Series is happening. Yeah. And then we didn't watch any of it.
Maybe I did watch a little bit of the last game. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah. So you're a local sports guy.
Yeah. I'm happy that the Red Sox won the World Series. I'm not happy that they had a parade that fucked shit up in the greater Boston area.
Yeah.
And the last time the Patriots won, that last yucky parade, I was not a fan of, and I went into it in extreme detail on that episode. You can link to it if you can find it.
I will try.
It'll be easy to find because it'll be in like the middle of February of like whatever year that was, 2000.
2 years ago, yeah.
15? No. 16.
The 15 season, but it would have been in February of 2016.
So what I'm like, the Patriots have made it to the Super Bowl every year.
Wait, is it that? No, it can't be that.
Was it 2017?
2017 was the 20.
Okay, I was going to say, like, have they not won since Dickhead has been president?
No, they did.
Which is a bummer because I was hoping that the jackass that owns the team that supports him, I was hoping that he wouldn't get any Super Bowl victories in the interim that he has like publicly supported him.
Now I got to doubt myself. Have they? So they're in it this year. We don't know as of recording what's going to happen. They were in it last year and lost.
Right.
That was 2018. And they were in it in 2017 and won. So yeah, they have they have had one victory.
Yeah, because like that was Because the Cubs had won the World Series that year, and then you and your fucking predictions.
I know. I'm sorry. Oh God. I just saw the writing on the wall. I thought I would be wrong. It's one of those things, like I'm wearing my Patriots shirt today.
Oh, I thought you weren't supposed to wear it on a game day.
I know I'm not supposed to wear it on a game day. I'm trying to do like double reverse psychology here.
Okay. So you're hoping that they lose because Robert Kraft is a dink.
No,
and charges $14 for a beer.
I think that's probably the same in every fucking stadium around.
I don't know. I think if you go to the Cleveland Browns, I think you get a.
Who goes to the Cleveland Browns?
Like, I think they didn't lose all their games this year, so that's good.
Okay, so now we're gonna get on the bandwagon. They won a game.
I like that. This might just be the contrarian in me, and you had called me it before, but I think
your wife called you it before, and then
I mean she's right, but like. I think I've said this before. Like, I think I might jump on the Browns bandwagon because I'm sick. I'm sick of this winning shit.
You just want to see somebody lose.
Yeah, I grew up like watching sports teams that lost.
Yes.
And now
because you didn't watch the Celtics or the Bruins.
Well, I was a little kid at the time. Yeah. Like the last time the Celtics won, it was 1986, and that would have been early 1986, right? So I was still 6 years old.
It would have been middle of the year, 1986.
Yeah, so like I wouldn't even have been 7 yet.
Right.
So, and then later that year, I was 7 when the Red Sox lost the World Series to
you remember
the Mets.
that?
I don't remember that because I don't remember stuff
Went
that
right
early.
Between his legs.
Yep. I wasn't watching that fucking game. It was late.
Yeah.
I was in bed.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I was not watching.
My dad was watching it, and I think he screamed at the top of his lungs when that happened.
As did all
of Greater Boston.
All of Greater Boston, yeah.
But from then until 2001
to early 2002.
Okay, 2002. Well, the 2001 season, 2002 was when the Pats won the first time, and then they won again, and then the Red Sox won. Yeah. And then
the Pats won again.
And then the Red Sox won again.
And then the Bruins won once in there. The
Celtics won.
The Celtics won
once.
Just once. Yeah.
It was 2008 for the Celtics, 2011 for the Bruins.
Something like that.
I think Gina, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I think she would know better than most of our. Well, Leo maybe too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and so I mean, getting back to the problem that we face as New England liberals,
yes, is the fact that
we love our home sports teams, but we hate that our seemingly the owner, the coach, and the star player all support our asshole president,
right?
and the rest of the country hated us before that. Because they hate us because they ain't us, but now I
hate that expression so much.
But they really have a reason to hate us, and we can't disagree with them.
Folks out there,
we are.
I'd like my home team, my home sports club.
Yes.
I'd like them to win, but I also would like them to be like. I would like them to lose. I would like them to win, but I'd like them to lose.
Yeah.
How do I reconcile that? I have no fucking idea.
I don't know either. But we have one other thing to fear, and your wife told me this. Becky told me this before we got started with the show today, and I just guess I've been so busy the last 2 weeks that I did not notice that this was a thing that people were bringing up, that Tom Brady is one stone away from the Infinity Gauntlet. He all he needs to do, snap his fingers, and half the NFL is gone.
Including him, because he's an old man.
Well, I mean, I imagine
an old man in comparison to other football players.
You just raised a really important question, not just about Brady's Infinity Gauntlet, but about Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet. Did he stand a chance, Thanos, of being snapped out of existence? When he snapped it, I mean, it's supposed to be fair, right?
I mean, there's a possibility then.
So does the glove just then drop, or did he exclude himself somehow?
I mean, like in the movie The Wizard, did Lucas, when he was playing Rad Racer with the Power Glove, did he really think it was so bad?
That's a very important question, Stephen. I'm not sure.
It has absolutely nothing to do with what we were asking.
I'm not sure if we can answer that.
But it does. Oh, actually, it does have something to do. It involves a glove.
It involves a glove. So, have you seen any of these things about Brady and his being one ring away or one stone away or whatever it is?
In reality, he should have done it last year.
Yeah, he should have snapped us all out of existence.
Well, I mean, spoilers if you haven't seen Infinity War, a movie that's been out for over a year.
Yeah.
And is on like Netflix now. So if you have successfully avoided it now, it seems like you are intentionally avoiding it. So I'm just going to spoil it.
Spoil a movie you don't care about.
Yeah, obviously. If you don't care
because you haven't seen
to have seen it in a year, then you don't care.
Yeah.
Especially when there's this cinematic universe that melds from one movie to the next.
Yeah, and you got Captain fucking Marvel coming up. So if you're
about a month, right?
Middle of March.
Cool.
Yeah.
So he gets the time gem prior to getting the final gem.
Right.
So the time gem can reverse time, and he does so and gets the thing that gets destroyed, like the final gem,
right?
Which is destroyed.
Yep.
But then he reverses time to when it wasn't destroyed and gets it.
I hope that they have some fun with the follow up in terms of the exact ramifications of things like that. I mean, back as far as the Doctor Strange movie where we first saw that stone get used, one of the other wizards, who's implied in the end credit scene to be the future antagonist, he was like, you can't mess with the natural law, the natural order of things. You don't even know what you're doing. So maybe Thanos did something when he reversed time that they're gonna exploit. I don't know. I'm very interested to see that movie. That one's
in
3 months away.
Fall?
It's end of April.
End
of April.
In the late spring.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's the middle of the spring. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's right in the dog days of spring, as people say.
The dog days of spring. That is exactly what people say. So yeah, I mean, I am like you. I would like to see Brady complete his Infinity Gauntlet. There's part of me, I don't know if you feel this way, there's part of me that sees a poetry in the fact that the opponent today as we record this,
he's gonna fuck that bed.
What?
You ever seen that ad?
No.
Tom Brady going into this fucking super secret super secret area like in a spy movie.
Yeah.
And then he goes in, the guy lets him in a room and there's nothing but a bed in there. And then the guy asks him, "Do you need anything else, Mr. Brady?" He says, "No. Nothing." And then and I have assumed that he fucked the bed.
I have seen the trailer, although not the whole
film.
The
trailer for the bed commercial?
No, for Ted 2. Was it Ted 2? Where
Ted 2, the teddy bear movie?
Yeah, where they lift up the blanket and Tom Brady's crotch glows because they're trying. He and Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch are trying to get.
No, the Funky Bunch was definitely not in that movie.
All right, so the teddy bear and Marky Mark are trying to get the Funky Bunch out of Brady's junk so they can make a baby or something. And so I've seen that. And apparently his junk glows.
I used to have a copy of Marky Mark's Sega CD game, Make My Video, but I never had a Sega CD, so I was never actually able to play it.
Able to actually make his video. Could you find it today on like a emulator or something and make Marky Mark's video?
I don't know. I don't know how well the Sega CD has been emulated, but
that's a good point.
That's something we can do some research. That's something that I was actually thinking about recently because they've done that Genesis collection several times over. I've had it for the PS3, but I got it for Christmas for the Switch, which is cool because is it seamless?
Yeah, it's absolutely fucking computer. I'm sorry, computer, not you. It's not you. I'm just asking you to do too much.
So
you can play Sonic on the go.
But I was actually thinking about it, and I'm like, where's my fucking Sega CD collection?
Wait,
like,
so you can play see Dana Plato get
like a lot of people that dig on Sonic games think that Sonic CD is one of the better Sonic games.
Okay.
And it's not a game that's readily available or has been since it's been released. And there's been I think there was a decent amount of first party titles for the Sega CD that would make it worthwhile to exist.
Yeah. The only thing I remember playing was is it Night Trap? Is that what it was called?
Yeah. Did your brother out?
Because
he had the Sega CD.
He had the Sega CD, and so we had
Dark Wizard, I think, too, which was one of those
interesting
strategy RPGs.
Okay. Yeah, those the one that the one RPG I remember playing and really, really loving, and I don't remember why I really loved it, because it was Wizardry. I think it was
for the NES.
I think it was for the NES, and it was mostly. I think you could. I don't know. I feel like it was more based on character creation. It was almost like a visual D&D game, and it wasn't about button mashing so much as it was. I don't know. It was more strategic.
Well, I mean, it's hard to do something like that. I remember. I think I borrowed that from your brother for a short period of time, and I remember not liking it because, as far as the RPGs that I played, I like a nice graphical interface.
Yeah.
And that did not have a decent.
It was. I think it was purposely.
But I think it was a port from a PC game,
right?
Which, if you would play it on the PC, you probably would have liked it even more because it was
and I think
more expansive.
I think that's probably what it ultimately came down to, is that I was more meant for PC games, except that I didn't have a PC for until late into my life, and then I had the fucking internet, and the internet became my
internet was like, I need to blog.
Yeah, I need to blog
instead of playing this game.
Yeah. I'm always doing something instead of enjoying myself. My therapist says that I need to.
Oh, it's Therapy Corner.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
Can we get some theme
there for
Dan? If you're still listening, can you make us a theme for Chris's Therapy Corner?
For Therapy Corner. No, but I met with her the other day. I've been having some trouble with one of my prescriptions. And so I was feeling very stressed out about that, and just stressed out about other things in general. And she's like, you gotta be nice to yourself. And I find that very hard to do. I don't know. How does one be nice to themselves? Maybe it is Therapy Corner. You tell me. How are you nice to yourself sometimes?
I don't know. So I can fall into the same traps of being negative about myself. So I need to find the support of other individuals. So when we get together every week and we talk and chat and have some fun. Yeah, that could be being good to yourself. And my wife is of course the most support that I have, and she, on occasions where I'm feeling down, she's very much there to help me out, and vice versa.
But sometimes you're able to, maybe not in the worst of moments, but in the not as bad moments, you're able to like take care of yourself. You're like, I'll go watch a video, or I'll play a video game, or like.
But sometimes those things can cause me to get more stressed out.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, I am not so good at. Like yesterday, I was folding the laundry. I was feeling a little lightheaded. I think because the medicine I was on and hope to be on again was not meant for me to go cold turkey off of it.
Laundry, yeah.
And because of my doctor and my insurance company, I am now without it all of a sudden when I didn't expect to be. And so I wasn't feeling great, and I didn't want to sit down. But I was like, I might actually pass out. And that's what it took for me to finally sit down. It's like, I might just actually fall down. So maybe now I'll sit down and like watch a TV show for 45 minutes and I just don't think that's healthy.
You can sort of fold laundry while you're sitting down. Like socks.
Yeah. At the end of the night, after in the middle of the laundry folding, once my family was back, anyway, sorry, I'm getting it. At the end of the night, I did fold socks sitting down. But here's the thing.
What's that?
In the middle of folding laundry, once my family came back, it occurred to me that we were supposed to be somewhere else. We were supposed to be at a sweetheart dance.
Oh shit! This was that night.
So last night I'm sitting there and we're folding. They had gone out in the later afternoon after their swim class and after lunch and whatever to get some clothing necessities for my wife and the kids and do grocery shopping, whatever. They come back. I'm sitting there. I'm getting all bent out of shape about one thing or another. And then out of my mouth, out of the blue comes, "Aren't we supposed to be at something tonight?" And Stephanie's like, "Oh shit." She doesn't swear a lot. And maybe she didn't swear, but that was the kind of reaction, was like an oh shit reaction. And so we looked, and the thing had started 15 minutes before. I was in my pajamas. She was in like sort of lounging around the house clothes.
Lounge pants.
Melody was in her bedroom under the covers naked.
Because as children are apt to do.
And Kaylee was just, chilling out, watching something. And we're like, "Oh my God, we got to go." And we're like, "Melody, the thing that you wanted to go to." Because once she's settled, she does not want to leave. But when we told her it was the dance that she'd been looking forward to for a while, she got dressed quicker than I think I've ever seen her get dressed. And into a dress too. Like not just like throw on whatever pants and whatever were within arm's reach. So we decided to go to the sweetheart dance, and the sweetheart dance, as I related to you and my brother and Rob in our little text chain about exercising, which had started earlier in the weekend. This dance was at our old high school.
So you got to reminisce.
I got to have some existential dread, is what I got to have.
What happened, Chris?
Well, as I told the kids, the last time I went into the cafeteria of the high school at all was for a dance. And I went in there. This is after I'd graduated. It was the year after I graduated. I'd been invited back by a friend to be their date. It was a very complicated romantic situation between a friend and two girls, and I was the girl he wasn't going with. I was her date.
Okay.
So I was kind of being a friend and trying to help out with an awkward situation.
Did they sing "Thank You for Being a Friend"?
They might have, but I was face flat on the floor. Here's what happened: is the last time I was in that cafeteria, all of my friends decided to head on out of the cafeteria. There are two cafes in the high school, which I had forgotten. Two rooms.
There was two sides.
Yeah. And so we were heading out of one room, maybe going to the other, I don't know, but they had all turned around, and then I turned around too fast and started making my way to the door in my big shoes and slipped.
Oh, I thought you were folding laundry and then you felt lightheaded and you fell over.
No, I fell flat on my face in the middle of a bunch of people who were still in high school when I was in my first year of college. I was supposed to be the cool college kid.
So this was like in 1996 then?
Yeah, it was in like winter, like December of 1996.
So it was like the holiday formal.
It was the holiday formal, which I had never gone to when I was a student there.
I don't think I ever did either.
But now that I was an alum and I was being asked, I went. And so I fell flat on my face. And so walking into that room again and seeing those walls, which haven't changed, and the tables, which probably have changed, but looked very similar, I was struck by waves of nostalgia and existential dread, as I said, and it was weird.
I remember when that area of the school reminded me of that time that Will was running for senior class president.
Oh, okay.
For the class of '98, and we were the class of '97. And so we were just we just made up some like what?
Okay. So Siri started listening to me I will hold this on here, and after you finish telling your story, I will recite what she heard.
Okay, so we just made a bunch of like crazy posters, and we just put them all over the place. I think the one that caused the most ire in the school administration was the one that said, "Jesus says vote for Will," and it was just like the picture of Jesus with his like hand like doing that thing, and like he was holding open like a book, you know, which wouldn't be the Bible. Because because
the Bible
was about,
written.
or at least half of it was already written.
Right. Okay.
But like the other half
could have been the Torah.
Yeah, he could have been holding that, but I think he was holding just a book, and on the book it said "Vote for" with number 4, Will.
I like it.
Yeah, that one got taken down pretty quick.
They don't have any sense of humor there, Steve.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe they do now. It's been a long time, but
and Will did not win.
Oh, poor Will.
Yeah, I mean, well, he tried to become part of the class of '98 by failing senior year English, but he went to summer school and got his diploma.
He got his diploma. Would you like to hear what Siri thought I was? Oh, crap.
Oh, no, did it go away?
It kind of went away. Yep.
Shit.
Oh well. Yeah. It was listening to quite a bit of our conversation, and mixing and matching things you said with things I said, and it was quite funny.
Oh fuck! Well, you shouldn't have let me finish my story.
No, I mean, it probably wasn't that funny because remember, my sense of humor is a little off.
Okay.
You know, you are the funny one. You are the comedian. I am the author, as the description of the show.
But you can be funny, Chris.
I have sometimes been funny. Why are you buzzing at? Oh, the thunder at the Celtics.
What the fuck does that mean?
You
have like alerts on your phone that tell you when the Celtics are playing?
I don't intentionally. So here's what happened is that when I set up my Apple TV, however long ago it was, the software update was like, hey, why don't you tell us who your favorite teams are, and we'll let you know when they're going. I don't think I read the will let you know. It's like, fine, I'll tell it what my favorite teams are. And now every time,
it's just you have to change it from New England Patriots to Cleveland Browns.
Yes, that's exactly what
we're part of the dog pound now, Chris.
Oh, the dog pound. Down with the dog pound. Go freezing. I've been rolling down the street, smoking indoors, sipping on gin and juice. Laid back with my mind on my money and my money on my mind.
Is it like a country version?
It is. It's a bluegrass version of Gin and Juice, which I tried to play at the holidays and it got vetoed. Because we were having fun. Everyone was playing silly songs and shit. And I was like, you guys got to hear this one. And
who vetoed it?
My uncle.
Which one?
My Uncle Bill.
Okay.
Yeah. He thought it was one step too far because the kids were around. I was like, you guys have been telling filthy jokes and
dropping F-bombs, being extremely racist.
And spreading your fucking MAGA propaganda. And I can't, have a silly song about smoking weed and drinking gin and juice out of solo cups.
I mean, Christ, it's freaking legal now.
Yeah,
and they were probably high.
They might have been. Yeah. No, it's by the Gourds. Have you heard that version?
No.
It's good. I like it.
All right.
I think it is quite. My favorite anecdote about it is that after it came out, somebody took a pair of headphones and an iPod, gave it to Snoop Dogg, and let him listen to it and filmed him as he was listening to this bluegrass version of his song. And it was pretty funny because at first he has no idea what the fuck it is.
Yeah. And
then because it starts off with a very twangy guitar, and then
he's like, yeah, I like that.
He's like, all right. His head's kind of bouncing. And then he hears the guy goes, so much drama down LBC, it's kind of hard being Snoop D-O double G. Oof. Yeah. Sorry. I can sing, but apparently never on this fucking podcast.
You did a good rendition at the after party for the wedding.
I know, and that was I spend all of these times just making people think I can't sing, so that when I do get up and sing, they're like, "Whoa, what the fuck? Where did that come from?" I don't know. Maybe I got another album in me somewhere, someday.
Dan and I had a fourth album. We were in the works.
Negotiations broke down.
No, I mean it was like we had a couple of like ideas, but I'm just bad at shit like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, it's
I mean, I don't doubt that Dan put some fucking work into it.
probably, yeah. No, there's always, I feel like it was that way in like in my band, my friend John was probably the one who put in was the Dan of our band. Like the person who was putting in all the work, and then it fell apart because nobody else was putting in the work. And it's always like, it's always a shame, right? Because you're like, it's not that I don't want to do it; it's that I got all this other crap going on.
Right.
Yeah. Anywho. You can find this.
Wow, is it fucking over?
It's right there. Yeah,
right.
It's right there. And because I didn't delete these stupid markers, I'm about to not be able to hear us, but I'll be able to see that it's
Well, let's
going.
just say go Pats and also go Rams.
Go Ram. I guess. I mean,
I don't fucking care. Like, somebody win this game.
yes,
and then
have it end in a tie.
Yeah, let's not have it end in a tie.
I don't think
watch
it
an
can.
ad for Pepsi and how everybody should drink sugar water and it'll make them feel better about their lives.
Oh, you know what I can't wait for?
What?
The TurboTax ads. Because TurboTax advertises up the wazoo that it's free, and all day yesterday, this was my struggle.
Did you already do your taxes?
What's that?
Did you already do your taxes?
I did already do my taxes, but that's not. My dad is obsessed with being able to do his taxes for free, and TurboTax advertises you can do them for free, but you can't fucking do them for free unless you are have the most simple tax return in existence.
Yeah, I mean, I used to be able to do them for free because I didn't claim anything. So I would just take the standard deduction, which we might, I think, this year because of the way the tax laws have changed.
Right, yeah.
Like filing together, I think the standard deduction might be more than itemizing.
Yeah. No, and so, so all day yesterday I got to hear about how TurboTax is false advertising, and I'm sure they're going to be all over the fucking Super Bowl tonight, and I'm just going to get to hear it every single time.
Well, you can come over here and watch if you'd like. Come back.
Oh, we didn't come up with a fucking title that I wrote down, so now I got to listen to the whole episode to find a title.
Sorry, buddy.
What the fuck? You can find the show notes for this episode at clarkwoods.com/hot/223.
Yeah, 223.
223. I had to close the damn window that had all the notes. And if you have anything to say about anything we've said, you can email us at hot@clarkwoods.com.
Hot@clarkwoods.com is our email address.
It is our email address. Our email address is hot@clarkwoods.com.
It's just saying it a bunch of times so you remember it.
Just so you remember.
Motherfuckers, if you haven't stopped listening.
No. Well, why would they stop listening? They haven't stopped listening until
they stopped listening so they could fuck their mothers.